I'm JT Johnson. I'm the executive producer for THEBiGJAY Productions and the chief creative officer for Anudon Media. Recently, I was listening to a podcast, and on the podcast, they were talking about why does it seem like students have to fight or deal with the adversity of getting a master or someone to instruct them. It got me thinking about the student's journey. I think when you talk about the student's journey, you're talking about a miniaturized version of the hero's journey. The hero's journey basically states that there is someone who is not the strongest, not the greatest, not the best, who begins at the very beginning, and they're whether they're just setting out in life, whatever it is, he, she, them, and eventually something happens that changes the status quo, causes a problem, causes adversity, a thing they have to overcome, and ultimately what happens is they have to go on a journey, a hero's journey, if you will. So the end result of that hero's journey ultimately becomes that they are this thing, and they're great, and they're blah, blah, blah. It's Luke Skywalker, it's any number of heroes you can think of from fiction or fantasy or whatever. But at the end of the day, there's always that brief period of time. In Star Wars, it was during Empire Strikes Back, and specifically when Luke Skywalker went to Dagobah to go train with Yoda. The idea is, said student finds out to become the thing, I have to go visit the guy, or the person, or the whatever. Then I have to get them to teach me. Inevitably, the trope that was being talked about is the trope that says, hey, that hero, that person, that whatever, that you're looking to learn from, they are, in fact, reluctant. So why is the reluctant teacher there? Well, there's an old saying, when the student is ready, the master will appear.
I've never lost a fight.
Except to a crippled old man just now. What is your name? Alejandro. You know, there is a saying, a very old saying, when the pupil is ready, the master will appear. Now, if you want to kill this man, I can help you, and I can teach you how to move, how to think, how to take your revenge with honor, and live to celebrate it. It will take dedication, it will take time.
Why are you so eager to help me?
Because once, a long time ago, you did the same for me.
I don't think that it's about whether or not whether the story, whether it adds drama. Yes, it does, but that's not why we do it. The reason why we do it is because you're trying to establish certain things. This guy has the information I want. He has the skill set, the teaching, the learning, the training, the whatever that I need to go somewhere, do something, whatever else. And as a result of that, you have to be able to justify why their interest in you is. Otherwise, everyone and their mom would be going to this guy and saying, hey, make me better, make me cool, make me a hero, make me whatever. And that's not part of the gig. What inevitably happens is if you have to write the hero in such a way that they know they need this person and this thing, but then when they get there, the teacher needs to be equally powerful enough, strong enough, a challenge enough to justify the transformation that's about to happen and take place in our hero. So inevitably, part of that reluctance that comes up from the master teacher whatever situation is that they've been hurt. They have seen people in the past who weren't worthy or didn't stand up or stick around or whatever else. One of Yoda's biggest concerns is that Luke Skywalker is going to go and not come back to complete his training.
You must complete the training.
I can't keep the vision out of my head. They're my friends. I gotta help them.
You must not go.
But Han and Leia will die if I don't.
This is a dangerous time for you, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force.
The cave. Remember your failure at the cave.
But I've learned so much since then. Master Yoda, I promise to return and finish what I've begun. You have my word.
Same thing with Hercules. In the animated Hercules from Disney, the satyr who's trying to, the one voiced by Danny DeVito, I don't remember the character's name right now, forgive me. He's very much trying to help, and he's like, listen, I don't know you're going to finish everything, because finishing and completion is a big thing. Because if I'm as good a teacher as people, if I'm a legendary teacher, then you better be able to finish And you are able to start the task I'm going to put you on, and ultimately finish it if you want to be worthy of whatever title you're going to be getting. Otherwise, what's the point? I think that's a major part of why that student's journey is the way that it is, because ultimately you have a master who wants to find a student who's equally as worthy as they are of being a master, then that student is worthy of being their student. Because I feel like if you don't have that, then one, you don't have that parental figure. You don't have that source of pride for your main character. Your protagonist doesn't have that thing. You also don't have anybody who understands the nature of that journey. See, having the contemporaries of your protagonist be the ones who are like, oh yeah, no, this and that, and you should do this and the other, isn't going to help you. It isn't going to create the end result that you want, because at the end of the day, that's not why they're there. They're there to tell the hero, look, bro, life is different than it used to be. You need to change. Okay, cool. They can't teach the hero anything. So the hero's now got to find out about this teacher, this person who can take them on that student's journey and ultimately carry them to that better plateau, or at the very least prepare them for that next major challenge that is itself going to take them to that next plateau. Now, is there a way to maybe make that student master beginning repartee startup thing better? Probably. Yeah. I think it's something to consider. I think that all too often we take the easy road out, or the easy way out, and say, well, this is going to be the thing, and it's going to, this is going to be the guy, and he's just going to, he's like, well, I don't know if you're the one, I don't know if you're going to complete everything, and that's it. Give us more. And I've seen it a few times. Kung Fu movies are great at it, but have the master be like, look, I'm not going to train you because I've had my heart broken. And that's, I'm saying the base thing. Obviously, you want, depending on the characters you're trying to build up, if your master's supposed to be a big, burly, strong guy, showing that vulnerability that says, look, I may be the master of this set of skills that you need, but I'm also a person. I'm not just the gateway to your training and your teaching. I have something that I need too from you in this relationship. And so that now creates the responsibility of the student to be worthy of that. Those are the beginning steps into a much wider journey for your hero. So your hero's journey, when you break it down, starts really with that student journey. If the student journey isn't there to help walk you down that path, it's a lot more difficult to believe it when they do rise up to excel at this other thing or whatever else. So the student's journey really is about a student reaching a master or a teacher and saying, I need what you have. Please, can you help make me better? And then the teacher saying, why? Why are you worthy of that? And the student saying, this is why. And the master going, okay, I'm going to put everything on the line and risk this for you too. And that's your student's journey.